Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go over why I switched from the 16-inch MacBook Pro to the 14-inch MacBook Pro. So as you guys can see, I have the 14-inch and the 16-inch box behind me. In today's video, we're going to go over why I wound up making the switch. So I bought the 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip when it released last year. And I love the laptop. And I was actually going from an i9 MacBook Pro 15-inch before that. And switching from the i9 to the M1 Pro was a day and night, difference. As everyone's familiar, the Apple Silicon chips are so much better than Intel ones. The laptops wind up running way cooler because of the new design, also more heat pipes, bigger fans. But these chips run so much more efficient than the Intel ones did before. So making that switch from the 15-inch MacBook Pro i9 to the 16-inch MacBook Pro M1 Pro was a huge difference. Before, when I used to boot up that laptop, the fans would spin up just turning on the laptop. And maybe while doing some productivity work, I would get like an hour, 2 hours tops of battery life. So when I shot a wedding, because that's what mostly I do wedding photography, and I'm a photographer in general, so I do some event photography. So when I would bring, all the memory cards, just import them into the laptop and start editing in Lightroom, the laptop never lasted for the whole edit. So with the 16-inch MacBook Pro, when I made the switch, it would easily last the whole edit, and I would still have at least like 50% battery. So it was amazing. But the 15-inch MacBook Pro with the Intel chips felt a lot smaller than the 16-inch does now. With the new design, the new squared off design, it does feel more substantial. So this is the 14-inch, and here's the 16-inch. It's a much bigger laptop. So I love the laptop, and I wanted to love it and keep it and be happy with it. But when the M2 chips came out right now, I started looking, maybe I should get the 14-inch. For example, I just shot an engagement shoot a couple months ago, and I had to go away for work, so I was going to bring the laptop with to make the edits. But I didn't even want to bring my 16-inch MacBook Pro with me because it's so big, and I was already bringing a couple laptops for my other job, and I didn't want to add the 16-inch MacBook Pro to the equation. So I wound up editing on my Razer Blade 13. It's a 2018 Razer Blade 13. It's obviously nothing compared to these laptops, but it was, way lighter, way smaller, that I can just toss it in with my other work laptop. And when I went to Texas last year, I wound up bringing the 16-inch MacBook Pro with me, and that thing barely fit on a tray in an airplane. When the person in front of me kind of reclined their seat, I thought my screen was going to bust. So be careful about that if you have the 16-inch MacBook Pro and the person in front of you reclines. The screen kind of got caught where the little hinges to open the tray, so I quickly moved it and nothing happened. But obviously be careful when bringing the 16-inch MacBook Pro with you and you're flying, just a normal airline, economy class. So yeah, after that, I just didn't want to bring it anywhere. So it was still an awesome laptop at home, but as you guys can see, I have two displays over here. So whenever I was editing at home, I would just dock it and not bring it with me. So at that point, I might as well just have a Mac Studio or something here, which I actually have the M2 base model as my kind of organization machine right now. So I kind of use that to import the photos, organize them, and then after I have them all imported on my external hard drives, I plug in my MacBook Pro and edit on that. But yeah, obviously size and weight is a big issue. So before buying it, I would say go into the store and compare the 16-inch to the 14-inch. The weight is very similar. Obviously, you guys can look up the specs. On paper, it looks similar, but in person, when you're lifting up the 16-inch compared to the 14-inch, it's a big difference. So I've been using the 14-inch M1 Pro right now for about a week, and I love it. It's like getting a brand new laptop. I still have the same amount of cores as far as the CPU and GPU. I just went with the 1TB version. I had the baseline 16-inch before. As you guys know, on the M1, if you go with the baseline M1 Pro, you're missing CPU cores and GPU cores because it's a bin chip. But if you upgrade to the 1TB version for the 14-inch, like if you go to Best Buy, you have the unbinned chip. And the 16-inch M1 Pro does not come with a bin chip. So if you get the 512, you still get the, you know, the right amount of cores for the GPU and the CPU. But I went with the M1 Pro instead of the M2 Pro right now because obviously you guys probably watched other videos that it's only a 20% difference between the M1 and the M2 Pro or Max. In most cases, around 20%, 15% in different benchmarks. So I didn't think it was a big difference. And I actually looked on Best Buy open box. So like I said, I got the 14-inch M1 Pro unbinned chip for around, I think, $16.50 open box. So I'm gonna include a link to Best Buy and you guys can get some great deals on the M1 Pro machines. The space gray is actually cheaper than the silver. So I think the silver open box is around $1,800 and the space gray one is like $16.50 for the 1TB version. The 1TB version is actually cheaper than the 512 version with the bin chip. So I don't know, maybe they had more of those computers returned and that's why the price discrepancy. I hope it's still the same price when I include the link. But yeah, just look below and you might get an awesome deal. And yeah, obviously great laptops. It's just if you have a setup at home with some monitors and everything, I think you should go for the 14-inch unless you need the bigger chassis for more cooling and you're going with the M1 Max. If you're doing the M1 Pro, I would go with the 14-inch. The 16-inch is just too bulky. If you're gonna dock it at home, you're using a external display anyways. But if you're, wanna edit on the go, I think the 14-inch is a way better laptop for editing on the go. 16-inch is just way too big. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me show you guys these laptops. So yeah, I'm gonna include some B-roll showing you guys the size of these, in comparison and everything. And yeah, thanks for checking out this video and stay tuned for more. Thanks.